All right, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of For the City. I am your co-host, Francisco.
And I'm Chef Boy.
So this is going to be a pretty heavy Giants episode first half because Browns had a bye week, had a chance to rest. We'll preview their game a little bit later on. So I don't know if you had a chance to watch this game. This was an absolute embarrassment again. Giants only managed to put up 9 points in this game. Again, their kicker is their player of the year because he's the one putting up all the points for them. I told you this a few
Hey,
episodes ago.
kudos to you for calling it out because I was looked at that box score and I'm like, kicker.
Kicker. So Gano's is their guy. He's gonna probably score. Like I said, he's gonna put up more points than anybody else on that team this year. Again, no run game. Again, no pass game. This time, Jones was not playing. It was their backup, and he went out with a concussion. Right. So that didn't help either. Their offense is still stagnant. It's not making any improvements. Saquon's still not looking like Saquon. I don't think he will for the rest of the year. I just think they need to rest him. Let him rest. Let him recover the full year. Let him come back healthy next year. Jones is most likely out for next week game as well. We'll touch that here in a second. But as far as this game goes, it was lifeless. I told you last week I just didn't. It was a winnable game. I said it would be a winnable game, but I didn't think they were going to win the game, and they didn't. They proved me correct. They kept it close like they always do. First half, scores low and blah, 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 blah. The Giants have not scored a running touchdown since week 7. Wow. Week 7. This is going to be week 14. Week 7 is the last time they scored a rushing touchdown. You have a 50-year-old Adrian Peterson in that time frame that have scored 2 touchdowns already for 2 different teams in that span. But you haven't scored a rushing touchdown since week 7. Listen, this whole thing needs to get blown up. The defense, to me, the defense did their job. They held them to 20 points. You can't expect them. You expect a team to hold a team down to 10, 15 points a game. 20 points, I think, is actually pretty damn well. You just couldn't keep up and you couldn't score. It wasn't a spectacular game by Miami by any means. They didn't go out there and show out and blow up. They didn't do any of that. The Giants just didn't, take care of business and convert on opportunities that they had. So what's your take on the game, man?
Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate, with Jones going down in the week, during practice and stuff. So that kind of, we made our predictions and everything like that. I was, expecting Jones to be in this game. And I honestly believe if Jones had played, I think they would have won the game. It was an ugly game. Like I said, Miami's not a good team. And obviously the Giants aren't really a good team either right now. I can't argue with you about the run game. I mean, it's Saquon is the running game. And when he's like the way he is now, not performing and not probably healthy 100%, that's what you're going to get. But to not get a rushing touchdown since that's a surprising stat. Like, that's crazy to me that's the case. Like, it's like the Browns, we went so long without having a passing touchdown to a receiver. So I thought that was a crazy stat, but this is even, to not be able to put the ball in on the ground. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the numbers, like I said, Glennon is Glennon. I mean, what do you expect? That dude has been around so long. He just bounces from team to team, and he's basically in there to be a punching bag. They're like, just don't lose us the game. But what I was surprised about is that Tua, man, he threw the ball 41 times against their secondary, which is, I mean, he didn't have a great game. He only had 244 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, but I mean, their secondary is what they've been really living off of. Like, Giants, they've been shutting teams down. They held the running game down to what, under 100 yards. So, I mean, all in all, like I said, I think the Jones injury going down, I think Saquon not being healthy, that really hurt him. And it probably is that time now to kind of like just start thinking about the future. Maybe shut him down. You're not going to the playoffs. It's no point in putting him out there and risking further injury right at this point in the season.
So if you look at that stat, Tua, as much as he throw, the Giants secondary only get 14 points. That's, yeah. I mean, you can't ask for a better defensive performance than that. In a 4-quarter game, your defensive cornerbacks, your secondary only gave up 14 points. 14. We're not talking 21, 28. It's not like they were throwing the ball away around all over the field, man.
No.
14 points. The other six points came from kicks. You understand where I'm coming from? Their defense did what they were supposed to do. Their offense, on the other hand, did not. I'm not putting this on the D. It's nowhere near on the D.
No, I was just more surprised that that's kind of what the Miami strategy was. I mean, Miami's running game is terrible too. They don't really have a running back either. But just the fact that they would go against the strength of the Giants, which again, I guess that's what coaches do sometimes. They're like, look, we're not going to run the ball, so we might as well try to throw on them. And I mean, they got Waddle, who's a young rookie star coming in. I mean, that dude's playing his lights out. But like you said, the 244 is kind of misleading, man. I mean, you threw the ball 40 something times, you're gonna accumulate some yardage, and to only get 14 points out of it, I mean, that really ain't saying much. Again, Miami should have been a winnable game. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Jones getting hurt. I mean, that's just stuff that happens with bad teams, man. It seems like bad luck happens, and stuff like that just seems to stick around for teams like New York.
So another stat is the Giants have been outscored more than any other team in the NFL in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter this season. I mean, of the second quarter. Remember, what did I tell you? They always stay sticking close. And what do they tend to do right before the half? They give up big plays. They give up touchdowns before the Giants can't get out of their own way. Listen, I like Joe Judge, but if you've seen his press conference, somebody need to slap the taste out that man's mouth because he acting like everything okay. Like you sitting up there acting like your job's not in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Like this is terrible, man. You guys are worse than you were last year. You had a losing record, but at least you saw the heart that this team had. There's no heart out there, man. I think this team is gone to the point where it's done, man. It's just a wrap. Just, go out there and do what you need to do. Throw the second string out there, see what they can do so you can prepare for next year. The season's over. There's, when I hate when these coaches have the mentality like, oh, we're going to keep fighting every day. Why? Season's a wrap. You're going to hurt players you don't need to hurt. See what you have for next year. Sit Daniel Jones out the rest of the year. Let that man recover. That man's been getting his ass whooped all year long out there. He has no protection on that line. He's good for one touchdown a game because the offensive line can't protect him or his receivers can't catch the ball like they're supposed to. To me, the season is a wash. It's over. You're 4-8. It's done. It's just put a cork in it. Go away. Go. You know what I'm saying? See what you have. And they have I guarantee the Giants have some talent that are sitting there that's not being cultivated. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's just the NFL way. I mean, they don't believe in, that's kind of like what you get in college and high school. You know what I'm saying? When they know the season's over, they start bringing in those other people to see what they got. And NFL is play every game like it's the last game. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to, they want to see what they got out of the people that they have. I mean, Tony's still out there, but
Tony hurt, man. Tony a walking injury now too, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you keep on rolling people out there? I mean, they're not gonna look. These dudes get paid. Their contracts have bonuses and per game things where they got to hit certain milestones and stuff like that. So you ain't never gonna get one of these starters, these professionals, because you're gonna piss somebody off and they're gonna be like, "Look, you messing up my contract, so you better put me out there." It may be the same thing with Saquon. He might be looking at it like, "Hey, man, I got to get my money somehow." And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going out there, but it's unfortunate. Like I said, I don't know. I don't follow them as tight as you do. I try to watch the games when they come on in my area, and I you know what I'm saying. I look at the recaps and stuff. But that Jones thing, man, that was huge, man. Middle of the week, because like I said, I thought they were coming in with a little bit of momentum. I mean, the Giants, they just find a way to do things in the second half. I mean, but at this point, what is there to say? It's a 4-8 team, so. They not going. They ain't going nowhere with it.
So let's shift gears here. We'll just roll into next week's game with the Giants playing the Chargers. You might as well just put that as an L. That's going to be a very, very big L.
Right.
They're not winning that game. I'm not even going to try to say the Giants are going to be in that game because they're not, because you don't know what you have in Fromm. So Fromm's coming in. He's going to be your starting quarterback because your backup has a concussion and your starter's out with a neck injury. So now they're bringing in the unknown. We all know Fromm from Georgia when he played for them. He hasn't done much in his NFL career since he's been in there. He's getting an opportunity now to see what he can do with the Giants. I don't expect great things. Freddie Kitchens might do some crazy stuff because, Fromm's got fresh legs and He's a bit younger. He's a bit younger than our backup QB. I don't even want to say his name because I just get agitated. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This game, I don't have much hope. I thought Saquon would be a little bit better in Miami. He was not. He's still not showing me anything. So I'm not going to rely on the run game. Defense, all the credit in the world. I think the defense will probably keep it close first half like they always do. This is the theme of our season that's been so far, first half. Giants to keep it close first half. If they don't, you already know how quick the Chargers can put up points on you. You know firsthand. The Brownies found that out. If they give up 14 points in the first quarter, it's a wrap. This game, I mean, absolute wrap. Now, if they keep it close to the second half and then let it slip away, at least I know that they gave effort in the first half. But if you get up touchdowns to this kid, it's a wrap, man. I see this game like 35-10. That's my final. 35-10. The Giants are going to get blown out this game.
Yeah, man. I think Fromm's going to put up 4 TDs, man. Throw for 380. No, just playing. Fromm ain't doing nothing, man. I'm just playing. Nah, man. I think it's going to be a boat race, man. I think, like you said, man, you got a stagnant offense with a third-string quarterback going against, a hot Chargers team, man, that's on a playoff push at home. It's just, all the cards are stacked against them this week. I can't see anything positive coming out of it. And then, like you said, Chargers are a quick starting team, man. They score. I mean, I think they scored more, first quarter touchdowns than any other. I mean, they're up there. Like that dude Herbert, he's going to be tossing the pill all the way around, and he's a freak, man. I mean, the dude can run, he can throw. We've seen it firsthand. I mean, I see what they did to Cincinnati last week. It's gonna be an uphill battle for them.
Give Cincy some credit though, because their QB didn't have a bad game. Their defense just couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah,
their QB, their offense was putting up points. They just like the Browns in that game against the Browns. Browns put up points. The D couldn't stop anybody. So I don't put that on. I don't see when games like that happen, when it's a close game, you put up a lot of points like that. If the offense is clicking, but your defense, you can't put that on the offense. That's all D. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's turnovers. I was watching that game. We had that up here in our area. So I don't know if I was watching the Chargers Cincinnati game, and I mean it was a lot of just bad turnovers in certain spots. What's his name? Burrows dislocated his pinky, so he couldn't even throw the ball. Really, he was still looking good even with a dislocated pinky. He was putting the ball on the money. But again, Bosa, I think, was hurt. He didn't come back in the game. So yeah, I mean, the Chargers can get scored on, and I mean, we were keeping up with them for a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? Even with our stagnant offense, we were still scoring points with them. Now, do I think the Giants can do that? No. So unless some miracle happens,
So if you see the theme of the Chargers, one of the big thing is they can get scored on through the run game. If you can run the ball on the Chargers. It's been shown all season long you can run the ball. If Saquon was himself, I could see them having a shot because then they might be able to keep up in the run game. Saquon ain't running the way he's supposed to be running. They're not keeping up, man. Like I said, their offense is only averaging about 10 points a game. They haven't proven me wrong yet. You know what I mean? They have not proven me wrong yet. They'll have a good game, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? They'll go 3 or 4 games and play like trash. Defense will play good, hold up. But if your offense can't score, you're going to wear a defense. I don't care how good your defense is, man. If your offense can't keep up, guess what's going to happen? Defense is going to get wore out, bro.
Yeah.
Like now you have what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know how to pronounce it, but you have those cases where you have the offense trying to keep up, but your defense is giving them just as much points. So, in those cases, I can see where it's a 50-50 ball. But here in this case, Giants ain't got a shot. They got no offense, man. I don't even know what the hell we getting from Fromm. I don't see it happening. Like you said, you think it's gonna be a boat race. I think it's gonna be a boat race. I think they're gonna get crushed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 40-7. I mean, I don't see Fromm doing anything. I
see them putting at least 10 points. I see them getting a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, that kicker, man. You're right. He might be, but they got to move down the field. Like I don't even think Fromm. I mean,
We haven't seen him
the
play
field
though.
goal range.
We
Yeah,
haven't
that's
seen
true.
Fromm play
And
though.
the Chargers haven't either. So
And
there's
they
no way
right. And that's my dark horse for that game is Fromm. Because what tape do you have on the kid? You really don't have any tape on him as a starter. You get what I'm saying? You don't know what he's bringing to the table. So they might throw some stuff out there. They might put up some points, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep up with that Chargers offense, though.
There's no pressure. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen it. I've seen it enough against the Browns, but all around the league, these like Minshew. Last week, Gardner Minshew coming in with the Philly game and winning the game. And these quarterbacks, these backups, they ain't got no pressure, man. They come out there, they like free and easy. Like, hey, I'm the quarterback today. I ain't got nobody breathing down my neck to come in. I can throw the ball, throw as many picks as I want, and you know. I think maybe that gives them a kind of a false sense of security. So they just come out there and that confidence. Sometimes it works for those teams. Like I said, I've seen it enough time against the Browns where we play a third string rookie quarterback or whatever, and these dudes damn near beat us. So so now again, I don't think that's going to happen. But like you said, yeah, Fromm will probably be the X factor in that game if they even want to keep it close. But I think the Chargers are a little bit too much for him this week.
All right, so let's switch gears. Brownies, Ravens, round 2, revenge game. How do you see this going? I want your opinion first, and I'll give you mine after.
Yeah, I think it's looking good, man. I think Baltimore is trending down. Lamar's looking bad, looking like trash. I mean, like Lamar, you know, aside from his little scramble, throw up a Hail Mary pass here and there, I mean, he just lost to a Pittsburgh Steelers team that, again, their defense is okay. Pittsburgh's defense isn't terrible, but they're no, you know, world breakers or anything like that. And I mean, you take away his mobility, man, and that's it. I mean, if you keep him in the pocket, make him a pocket passer, it's over. And what we did last week or the week before against them, he threw 4 picks against us. Definitely a winnable game. But we just didn't make enough plays when it counted. We turned the ball over, stupid plays like the one with Jarvis. So this week, we got the bye week. I think our teams got to heal up a little bit. That's the biggest thing. I think Baker's had an extra 2 weeks to heal now. You got, you know, running backs. Hunt's going to be 100% coming into the game. Chubb's going to be 100% coming into the game. And I think, like, it was a long week, man. They played 13 games without a break. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a much-needed break. I think they're going to come in refreshed. They're going to be at home. It's just like playoffs now. Every game is a playoff game for us now. So I honestly think that's going to lead us, man. I think Baker's going to come back. I think he's going to show, you know, what a semi-healthy, you know, as healthy as he can be, Baker looks like. And I just hope Stefanski made adjustments, man. I mean, the biggest benefit that we got about this back-to-back thing is the fact that we got a bye after the first game, and they didn't. They had to prepare for Pittsburgh, and now we're getting them off of 2 weeks of back, like close game with us, close game with Pittsburgh. Now they got to play us again at home. We thirsty. We need this win. Again, this is how in my mind it plays out, but I feel like we should win this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go into the score yet and everything like that, but those are kind of what I see going into this next week.
What's your final?
So again, what offense comes out to play this week? So I honestly think Stefanski is going to get it through his head that he needs to figure out this offense. I mean, Hunt was running the ball. Hunt needs to be, if Hunt comes out there and has a high hand again, run Hunt. If Chubb comes out and he's running all over him, then run Chubb. But you got to know what you're getting out of your team. You got to get away from the trick stuff. You don't even need that against this team. So I see it's going to be a tight game again. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or nothing like that. But I see us pulling it out probably like 21-15, 21-14. So, I think they'll get there too. So 21-14.
So here's my question. Is JOK back?
Yeah. JOK is healthy. Everybody.
So how about Clowney? Clowney's there?
Clowney's there.
Okay.
He's healthy.
So this is how I see this game. This game is going to be a grind it out, punch you in the face kind of game. Lamar ain't running a whole bunch in this game. You got JOK back. You got Garrett back. You got Clowney back. That line is going to be stacked. I don't see it. And if he runs, that boy going to get his head chopped off if he thinks he's going to run on that defensive line. So I see this as a smash mouth AFC North game, old school football, two teams that don't like each other. You know they don't like each other. They're going to get out there and they're going to get after it. So I see the running game being a big, big factor in this game, man. You have to get the running game going. If the running game gets going, Baker might get 1 or 2 open looks for touchdowns if they're close to the red zone. But as far as the game goes, I see this game more like 21-17 Browns. I think the Browns pull this game off. It's not going to be a spectacular game. We're not going to talk about it as one of the best NFL games of all time. It's just not going to be in that category because the Browns don't play those type of games, which is okay. They don't have to play those type of games as long as they're getting the W's. I think the rest did. I think it's going to do Baker a lot because he was pretty beat up. So, gives him a chance to, relax his body. And, these guys pay thousands of dollars to these, medical treatments and, cryo chamber and all that stuff. So I think he'll be better than when he was. But I think Lamar's not going to have a big game when it comes to the run game because Lamar relies a lot on his feet. With JLK back and that line being where it needs to be, I don't think Lamar's going to put up as many points on the as many yards on the ground that he would normally do. So I see this game, like I said, about 21-17. Browns pull this game out to, pull himself back into the playoff picture in the division. Like I said, nobody's running away with the division still. So this is a very still winnable division for the Browns. Man, they just got to come up aggressive, bro. You have to be aggressive.
Yeah. Well, like I said, last week when they played Baltimore, I said run the ball because it's hard to run against Baltimore, but they're especially at home for some reason they play better at home. They stop the run, but there's been weeks where we played them with Chubb and Chubb's broken for 150. You know what I'm saying? Chubb's had those games against Baltimore. They're missing Humphrey this week. Humphrey's not playing. They're starting corner. So you already down. They already lost their best 2 corners. I mean, their secondary is beat up. I mean, we got to do it all, man. Baker does have to play better. He does have to throw. He didn't even play bad. I don't know if we discussed this or not. We didn't discuss because it happened on the bye week. But I don't know if you saw that video that came out. Kurt Warner put out a video, basically shutting up all the Baker haters. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. When that video came out, it went from every other mention on my thing about Baker Mayfield is this, and this to nothing, because he basically showed you. This is what Baker did, right? Boom, 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 boom. Drop balls, wrong routes, good reads. He did what he needed to do, but he got let down by his team. So this week, they got a banged up secondary. He should be able to throw the ball too. I mean, I think they should establish the run, but if he can do what he did that first drive where he just went down the field looking smooth and, like I said, DPJ don't drop that third down pass or that second down pass, it's a whole nother game, man. We at the 10-yard line with first and goal. So, I mean, it's so many factors right now. This in my heart, in my head, in my heart, it's kind of. I feel like we should blow them out, man. I don't think Baltimore is a good team. I honestly think they've been getting by on rubber bands and paper clips, man. They've been putting games together just by the skin of their teeth. But the way we built, the way we play, if our defense played like they played last time against them, and our offense actually matches them and plays the way they should. It should be a blowout, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it's going to be a close game.
So what I love about pundits is that when you have somebody who's a Hall of Fame quarterback come out and basically shut stuff down, people don't like it. People don't have, because then it doesn't fit the narrative of what they want to say. Kurt Warner came out and proved this point. Everybody shut up after he said what he said. You know why? Who's going to argue with him? You think Skip Bayless is going to argue with him? You think Stephen A is going to argue with him? You never played the game. He's played the game on several levels. College, Canadian Football League, AFL. You know what I'm saying? He's played on every NFL. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He took the freaking Arizona Cardinals to the Super Bowl, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to argue with this dude when it comes to this stuff. He knows what he's talking about, man. So just, people just need to chill out. I personally still think they need to rest Baker so that he can have I want him to have the surgery. I really do. Not just because I don't want him to play, because I do want him to play, but I want him to be 100% healthy so people can actually see this dude do what he do. You know what I mean? And I think by him waiting till the offseason, and I get it, you want to win the Super Bowl, you want to take your team there, but you're not 100% healthy. And I will keep this argument going, man. He just needs to shut it down and get himself the surgery, be ready for next season. But I understand you don't have a good backup.
No, I mean it's never the wrong thing to lean on the side of cautiousness, especially with your franchise quarterback, which again a lot of people don't think he is.
He is.
But
He's a
right,
franchise quarterback.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the dude can play, and you know he's tough as they come. His dude is from a different cloth. He don't care. He don't care what anybody say. He just got that attitude and swagger, and I love that. Like I said, I'm from Cleveland. You were in Cleveland for a long time. You know how it is out here. Everybody out here got a chip on their shoulder. Look at that. Look at that bone in 3-6 versus, man.
That was whack, bro.
You can't take Cleveland people nowhere.
Yeah, that
you
to
can't
me
take
that was
Cleveland people
man.
nowhere, man.
That's a whole nother thing, man.
But I'm just saying, like, that's just the Cleveland mentality, man. We just need a person. That's why everybody loved Baker. When last year, because they love his attitude is, I don't care what anybody think. I'm repping Cleveland, and that's kind of, you know, that comes home to people like us. You know what I'm saying? True Cleveland fans that don't root for the player. We root for the name on the jersey. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I think like I said, if they rest him, that's cool. I mean, I'm not looking. I mean, they got a lot needs to happen for them to make the playoffs still. But I mean, can they make that push and win these next 5 games? I think so. It's just, you know, gonna be tough, man.
I just don't want them making the playoffs and then getting run out first round. To me, it defeats the entire purpose of the season. Then you're doing all that hard work last 5 games to what? To get a 500 to get to above 500, make the playoffs as a wild card, and then get mollywopped. You know what I'm saying? By either the Chargers or the Rams, the Patriots. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But that's just me, man. That's just me. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he just needs to get the surgery done now, rest him up, because I think Baker has a lot of potential that he hasn't even tapped yet. You saw what he can do last year. To me, it's just one of those things where I'm not saying the season is lost. I'm just saying your franchise quarterback, I understand his injury can't get any worse than it is, but at the same time, if you're not 100%, you're not 100%, no matter what. So it can, you know, his injury can change in a heartbeat. If he lands on it the wrong way, you know, he can tear something else. You understand where I'm coming from? There's just a lot of contributing factors to that, man.
Yeah, and like I said, if it does happen like that and he gets injured like that, I'm sure you ask him, he gonna be like, it was worth it. And you know, he ain't gonna say, you know, you're right, I should have just sat down. So I mean, the man he's making decisions for himself. Again, it's on the coach. You know, a lot of people keep forgetting, like, the coach is the one that's saying he determines who's the starting quarterback. I know people say, you know, the NFL quarterbacks have a lot more pull, but not Baker Mayfield. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not dudes that have been in the league, won Super Bowls. He ain't got pull like that. If Stefanski wanted to say, you sit down, Baker's going to sit down. But that's not what's happening. So, I mean, got to let him play, man. Got to let it ride.
All right. So, parting shots before we get out of here. What you got?
So, my parting shot is, it's kind of along the same lines with Baker. I'm like, look at these quarterbacks, man. You got Josh Allen. You know, everybody talk about Baker not making that 4th quarter drive. Ball in his hand, win the game. Did he do it? Nope. Came up short. Lamar Jackson throwing picks in the end zone at the end of the game. People need to just relax. You know what I'm saying? People need to just relax on these quarterbacks and these split judgment. You know, like, everybody makes an opinion, a snap judgment after every single game. And I can show you instincts and examples of every quarterback in this league who didn't make that game-winning drive, who didn't come down the field in the 4th quarter. I mean, it's a tough league, man. It's the NFL. So it just, like, you know, it was so nice to just sit back on this bye week and watch the landscape. I mean, you know, me and you've been talking since week 1, or not even week 1, early in the season, we were talking about the league of parity. Like, everything is about parity. Now I hear it. Everything that we talking about, I hear it in ESPN. I hear it on the radio. Oh, this is the NFL. This is the league. This is the season of parity. No shit. Like, we've been saying that since like week 3. Like, since week 3, team can win, man. So people need to just relax. I mean, it's the NFL. Anybody can win any given Sunday, and that's just more apparent than it's ever been. So that's kind of where I'm gonna leave it at that.
So my parting shots is this: Giants fans, Giants organization, sit Daniel Jones the rest of the year. Sit Saquon the rest of the year. Rest those guys up. Rest them up. There's no point in getting those guys out there and getting them hurt again. There really isn't. Saquon needs to sit down. He needs to sit his behind down for the rest of the season and finish rehabbing. That man is not right. He's not right. He's not 100%. No matter what anybody says, he hasn't gotten his mojo back because I don't think he's 100% healthy. I think he got back on the field because he knows this is a contract year for him. Period. Daniel Jones, the kid's got potential. This is what, his third year in the league, fourth year in the league. He's got potential. It took Eli 4 years to win a Super Bowl for the Giants coming into. He wasn't great the first couple of years he was in New York either. You know what I'm saying? You didn't hear people, trying to brush this kid under the rug. The only reason they would have gave him the same treatment if his name wasn't Manning, flat out. Mm-hmm. So rest Daniel. Don't let this kid, just rest him. You know what I'm saying? Let him get right. I know we won't do that. That's not how the NFL works. But it's sometimes you just want to see careers have some longevity to it. Yeah, I mean, look at Adrian Peterson. The dude's been playing for 50, 100 years already. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know what you're doing and you know how to get it done right, you can have long careers. New York is a city that needs winners, period. You know this. You know what I mean? New York is always wanting a winner. It doesn't matter if it's for baseball, football, hockey, basketball. Like, we want a winner. We haven't had a title. We haven't had a title in New York in what? Since 11?
I mean, that was
since the Giants won the Super Bowl. That's the last championship the New Yorkers won. The Knicks haven't won a title since the 70s. And I mean, the Rangers haven't won a Stanley Cup since 94. The Yanks' last World Series came in 09. They're hungry for a winner. They want a winner. And they're always going to want a winner. We think if we go for too long a period without winning, it becomes a problem. But teams like Cleveland, who didn't have a winner for the longest time, had that 1 year in 16 where everything lined up for them perfectly. You know what I mean? They were one rain delay away from sweeping. You know what I mean? Having everything they ever wanted. Baseball, basketball, you know what I mean? Your hockey team won won the title. Yeah. Stipe won the championship. It was perfect. It perfectly lined up. But with a team like New York, what people don't understand, a team like New York, a New York team has to win. Has to win. It's expectations that a city like that has. Cleveland's always going to be, let's wait till next year. So they know if they lose, they go, it's Cleveland. What do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, am I lying or am I lying?
No, that's Cleveland's motto, man. It's always next year.
Right. In New York, though, it's a different story. New York is if you lose, blow up the entire damn team. Blow it up. It's not working. Get rid of everybody and redo it. I don't think that's a good way to do things, especially in football. Get rid of Gettleman. Keep Joe Judge. Let him stay on. Give him another year. Let Saquon rest and see what you have next year with a healthy squad. With a healthy squad, first 2 picks in the draft that they get, and we'll talk about that down the road, needs to be offensive line. I don't care what anybody else says. Offensive line, offensive line, offensive line. Give that kid time to throw. That's it. All right, folks. We will see you next week. I am Francisco.
I'm Chef Boy.
See you later.
Peace.